Navigating banking without ID. What are the limitations?
Hello, dear viewers. Today we're tackling a complex yet highly relevant question. Are there any restrictions or limitations to the transactions that can be made with a bank account opened without an ID? It's a topic that touches on the intersection of finance, identity, and privacy, and it's an area that's often shrouded in misconception. Let's dive in.
Is it possible to open a bank account without ID?
First and foremost, it's important to note that in many jurisdictions, it's generally not possible to open a bank account without providing some form of identification. This is due to Know Your Customer, KYC, and anti-money laundering, AML, laws that are designed to prevent fraud and other types of financial crime. However, there may be exceptions or alternatives in some regions or circumstances. Some financial institutions might allow for accounts to be opened with alternative forms of identification or verification. But these tend to be the exception rather than the rule, and they will often come with their own set of limitations.
What are the limitations on transactions?
Assuming you're in a position where you have managed to open a bank account without traditional identification, the restrictions on transactions can be quite substantial. The limitations will likely include, but may not be limited to, 1. Lower transaction limits. There may be a limit on how much money can be deposited, withdrawn, or transferred at any given time. 2. Limited services. Certain services, like international transfers or online banking, might be restricted or not available at all. 3. Extra scrutiny. Transactions might be subject to additional scrutiny, and there may be more frequent reporting to regulatory bodies. These restrictions are in place to reduce the risk of the account being used for illicit activities.
What are the risks?
Aside from the transactional restrictions, operating a bank account without an ID comes with its own set of risks. If your bank is unaware of your true identity, it can be incredibly difficult to reclaim your account if it is ever compromised. Furthermore, if the bank discovers that the account was opened without the necessary KYC procedures being followed, they could close the account. So, to answer the question, yes, there are significant limitations and risks to transactions and services with a bank account opened without ID, not least of which is the potential inability to open such an account in the first place. Always be aware of the regulations and requirements in your own country or region, and consider the potential consequences. It's essential to understand that these rules are designed to protect us, the customers, and ensure the integrity of the financial system as a whole. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive, and we hope you found it enlightening.